The Bert Show.
Time to get buzzed on the hot goss from Hollywood with Abby. It's the Bert Show's entertainment buzz.
Actor Jamie Dornan says an insect sent him to the hospital with heart attack symptoms. But before we get to that story, I want to talk about Love on the Spectrum. Have y'all seen that show yet?
Not yet, but I was on Netflix and the trailer played for it. So I got to see a little bit of the trailer.
So I haven't seen the show in its entirety, but I keep seeing all these clips pop up on my TikTok that might just have me convinced to see the show. So if you've never heard of it, it's 7 adults with autism that dive into a headlong into a dating group to explore the unpredictable world of romance, tackling misconceptions and both about themselves and how they want to live.
Tommy, didn't you tell us that one of our engineers has a kid who's on the show?
Yeah, Brian. Well, his wife's on the show.
Oh, his wife's on the show.
She's a very active spokesperson when it comes to autism.
Oh, okay.
Gina is her name. She's on the show.
I was going to say, that sounded weird that his wife would be on the show. That, A, you're exposing her for being on the spectrum, and she's married.
No, she's big time spokesperson when it comes to autism.
She should not be dating.
Okay, thank you for clarifying.
Well, a lot of people are describing watching it as sort of saying, this is pretty much just neurotypical people dating, but if they had a truth serum. So there's one girl on the show, her name is Danny. She's just being real about how she wants somebody with money.
I want somebody with a career who can win good bucks, good salaries. I need somebody who's financially secure, who can maintain a company.
You're a gold digger, are you, Danny?
Yeah.
You know what a gold digger is?
Gold digger means they're trying to look for guys who are rich.
Is that you?
Pretty much, but...
Hey, at least she's admitting it. I like that. She's honest. Not hiding anything.
She's being real about what they want. And there's this another person on the show, and his name is Tanner, and he is talking about how long he's been single.
I've been single for a very long time, since I've been on Earth, since I was born. If you were to say on a scale of 1 to 10, how important it is for you to find love, what number would you choose? I would choose 12.
He's a 12 out of 10. And they're also very clear about what they are not looking for.
I realized that, you have to be attracted to somebody. I've never thought a man really looked that good.
Hey, real talk for a second. When it comes to these kind of TV shows or these kind of TikToks or Instagrams, do you guys have the slightest bit of awkwardness watching them? Like, there's this girl that has Tourette's that I follow religiously on Instagram, and she shares her tics, and when she talks, she'll go in a million different directions that are really, really funny, right? And she's clearly doing it to A, because it's funny, but B, also educate. But is there any part of you guys watching a show like this or a TikTok like that is a little bit awkward about it?
No, because I so firmly believe that exposure leads to understanding leads to empathy, and that just leads to a better society overall. Mm-hmm. And I think they're willingly, if it was somebody hidden camera filming them, then that would be a completely different vibe. But the fact that they are putting themselves out there on their own terms, on their own accord, in order to educate and let other people know, hey, this is my life, and you don't have to be scared of it. And it gives you a better understanding, which will give you more empathy for those around you. And I think that is just so invaluable.
How about micro wrestlers, little people wrestlers that have a reality TV show that are based out of Pigeon Forge?
Where?
This
what?
real? That's a real thing?
And it's real good. It's real good.
I ain't finding stuff, man.
Is that the one where they go down the line and they introduce themselves?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a big old thing in Pigeon Forge right now. But
oh, yeah.
False
idea. No clue.
Would you say the same thing? It's a real league for little people to be wrestling in.
If they are doing this and they are putting that out there and that is their choice, then sure, let the education begin in Pigeon Forge.
Okay.
All right, this is why kids shouldn't be able to watch R-rated movies. So an old interview that resurfaced of Ryan Gosling, he was in the first grade and he admitted that he ended up getting suspended from school after he did something that was featured in an R-rated movie. So he had just seen Sylvester Stallone's First Blood, and I guess it just really impacted him on such a deep level that he started throwing knives at some of his classmates, and that's how he got suspended from the school.
That story is true?
Yeah, it's on the prep sheet, so I'm going to assume they're not lying to us.
How old was he at the time?
First grade.
Wow.
Because I saw that story on social media, and I thought somebody had just made that up as a joke or something satirical. I didn't realize it was real.
No. He was that dumb.
Just launching up. First grade.
I've got his direct quotes right here. They say it's him. I just believe what the internet says.
No, I mean, for sure. I saw the headline and I thought it was like The Onion or some satirical website or something making stuff up about how Ryan Gosling used to throw knives at people.
I guess not. Well, for more stories, head to the Bert Show podcast on your favorite listening platform.
The Bert Show.